Hey guys, just some dude here. What we're going to be doing today is the stepping side kick. Now I am saying stepping side kick. Okay, we will escalate it and add a little bit of a skip in there, maybe a jump eventually. Now some people call this a back kick or a side kick. Really it's the position of the foot and the striking surface where you're hitting. So I'm going to throw 2 or 3 of these kicks. I'm going to use Bob here. I'll use one out of my right hand rear stance, switch it up, left hand rear stance, and then we'll talk about a little bit more the specific steps to 1, training it, 2, building power from it, because I think that it's really important to do the step before you actually get into the skip or any of those variations that we talk about. Alright, so 1 or 2 kicks. And I'm also not going to be kicking very hard because Bob is only 300 and some pounds, so I do not want him to hit my other shit back here, break the window, anything like that. So, the key part of the stepping side kick is the step. Alright? It is a rear leg behind your front leg step. Alright, I'll talk about a couple different steps like that later on, different videos of some other kicking tutorials. This one is a step behind. When teaching this, I like to say, pretend that there is 1 or even 2 nails through your front foot. You do not want to change the way that that foot is positioned from your both 45-degree stance, your center line, anything like that based towards your target. And I'm going to talk about that why. You want to be able to step through so you can actually feel the pull in your lead leg and the hip. Why is that important? It will then force you to lean over a little bit, get the extension, look underneath your arm rather than over your arm. Because if you look over your arm, that's great, but then when you sit down from the kick, your hands are down, you get punched in the face. So if you look under your arm, there's a higher chance of setting down with your hands up at that thumb height, so you're actually in a better fighting position. So, first step here, very deep rear leg step behind. So I'm stepping through and my foot right here, a little off balance. So I'm stepping through and my foot right here is still in the exact same position, okay? It's still at that 45 where it was before. This torques my knee at a slightly different angle and I really feel this in my quad. Why is this important? I'm stepping through. Ball of my foot here, it puts my hip in the position I want so that when I lean over, I have all of this force along with my upper body as a counterbalance to throw this rear leg side kick. Alright, so nice and slow, step through nice and deep. Now if you look at the position of my foot when I kick through, I'm stepping here, and my foot's going to be like this, out to the side. This is what makes it a side kick. Okay, so because it's a side kick, because my foot is facing the side. If I do a back kick, alright, will be a little bit more step through, stepping down through, looking underneath my arm as well. My foot will be pointing more down. Just changes the different muscle activation and how you really throw that kick. A step back kick utilizes more of the hamstring and the glutes, whereas a step side kick uses more of the quad, the IT band, and the hamstrings. Doesn't really incorporate as much glute, although it still does. A back kick is generally stronger, incorporating those major muscle groups. Side kick, generally faster. Usually what I throw more often whenever I throw this. Back to the kick itself. The step is extremely important. So back to the step through here, hands up at that thumb height. Alright, after this I'm going to lean over. When teaching this kick, sometimes I have people take their rear hand and physically touch the ground. So you'll step through, go through like this, so I know where my kick is going to be. That works really well when teaching a spin wheel too. So if I'm here, I take my lead hand, actually touch the ground to throw a spin wheel. Neat little technique, use it. So stepping through, alright, reposition set. When throwing the kick at a heavy bag, a Bob, or an opponent holding one of the big kick pads, change how you throw it. Change the set downs, alright. A good martial arts practitioner, whether you are MMA, a specific style, or one of those freestyle fighters, whatever it is, you want to train how you fight. Guys, you're going to throw this kick, you're going to miss with this kick. It's a big chamber, it's a big commitment, it's a big lead up. When you throw it on Bob, or on the heavy bag, or on your partner, throw, set down to one side, see what techniques you can throw. Throw, set down to the other side, see what techniques you can throw. Throw, miss completely, judge your distance, see what techniques you can throw. A lot of the time someone sees this coming, the major instinct is to back up, which is great because you can run through them like a train with this and just keep it going. The other thing, people get off at an angle, you're going to want to know how to fight with that. Whether you are a great spinning guy, you still want to have in your repertoire either way, or you go into a takedown, something like that. Work more than just the one technique. In training, just for a sweat, sure, work the hell out of that technique. In actual practicality, when learning how to throw, when learning how to spar, practice it every way you can. Footwork in this point is key. So, one more major step through this stance. I'm going to switch my stance, step through one more time, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about a skip and why I like those more. So, the skip, or a lot of people see it the way that Bruce Lee used to throw his kick a lot, throw it low, and it was more of that bell step variation. Bell step we can talk about, do a whole video on. I really like it for a lot of things. But what the skip is can be exaggerated to be a very large skip, or it can be a very small skip. So I could throw my skip from back here, a little bit further, a little bit up in the air for it like that. Not a jump kick, because I'm a big guy, I don't really like jump kicks. Or I can throw it right here nice and low, throw it for a nice knee. Alright? Understand where you can throw these kicks and where you cannot throw these kicks. You're not allowed to throw straight kicks to the knee in most MMA places. That's why you throw oblique kicks, right? If you throw it to the thigh, different idea, but still be very careful, protect your partner. Very easy to injure a knee. So be careful with that. So those small kicks, that small step is great. I like it a little bit more than the step to add that little skip in, because I get more of my upper body through my target and into the specific kick. So when I do this, a lot of people think about clicking their feet. I don't. I like to think about it as a slight replace. So I'm only in the air for a fraction of a second, where this foot comes up to the air, while this one lands right there, or even a little bit further if I can get it. Alright, so almost a bell step, except there's no back motion there, it's just the front part of it. Foot comes here as I throw the kick. And same thing, look underneath the arm, it's still a side kick. Practice how you set down, practice how you throw it. Alright, so guys, a little bit about the side kick. If you want to see more stuff, please let me know. Thanks for watching. Just some dude here.